Hello there everybody, and welcome back to Pokemon White. So in the last part, we got to see what Undella Town and Undella Bay are like. And now it's time to do what I usually do on a daily basis when it comes to this generation. Essentially, what I have been doing all throughout some portions of this post game is to once again check out if I have any fossils this time, check out which Pokemon is swarming, and once again do some more training at the big stadium and small courts. Alright, now let's see which one am I going to be getting this time. Really? Again? Wow, okay. So that's two Omnites in a row. And now 3 Cranidos in a row. Like, come on, really, guys? Like, come on, game, really? Why? Why can't you give me something new for once in your lifetime? Jeez. Okay. Alright, now let's see which Pokemon is swarming. Now let's see which one is swarming this time. Oh, alright, Route 16, alright. Well, since I'm already here, let's freaking do it. And I need to make sure that the repellent's worn off first before I get to do anything. There we go. Alright, and now, let's see if I can have the swarm Pokemon come out right out of the game. And there he is! Pineco! Now, as you can see as well, Pineco here also has a brand new sprite for himself. Yeah, and as you can see, Pineco really likes to jump up and down. Yeah, and constantly wiggle those, like, the top part of his body. But, yeah, and I think that's about as much as we get him because, yeah, pretty sure Pineco's at that level have Explosion. And I do not want to take my chances. I definitely did not want to take my chances with that. But anyways, Pineco, the backworm Pokemon. Yeah, Pineco. Well, actually, even though Pineco is literally just a Pinecone, but yet he's literally called a backworm. But I guess in a way, you can call him a backworm. Oh, god damn it! Whoever this is, screw you. Damn you, Colossus. You just had to get in my way, like, just before I was about to leave. But anyways, as I was saying, yeah, Pineco may, I don't know why he's not literally just called a Pinecone Pokemon. For in some cases, I guess you can't call him a bagworm, but, well, whatever. Okay, now, as for this point, considering that I've now fought against, every player team, and also cheerleader, and fanboys of the big stadium and small courts now, meaning the only ones that I'll really be showing off are the only time that I will be showing off any battles when it comes to big stadium and small court are the other trainers. Yeah, just so we can make sure if I have fun against them already or not. But this one, on the other hand, I definitely haven't because it's our first appearance of Hitmonchan. Now, Hitmonchan, once again, essentially uses the same sprite that it had essentially all throughout its time during Gen 4. Well, that is until Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Well, actually, Hitmonchan's been essentially having that same sprite ever since Gen 3. Yeah, Hitmonchan, yeah, I'm pretty sure, Hitmonchan's sprites for Gens 3 and 4 are completely identical. Yeah. Well, as I said, aside from its Heart Gold and Soul Silver sprite, because that was the only time that its sprite has ever been different. Yeah, but I'm just saying, when it comes to, especially, yeah, but as I was saying, yeah, I think, aside from its Heart Gold and Soul Silver sprite, we've not seen, like, Yeah, the sprite that we see from Smoochum from Gen 3, 4. Yeah, like I said, aside from Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and Gen 5 are essentially identical to each other. And I'm like, why? Why is it still identical? Come on! But anyways, yeah, now we are finding the same person that we fought against, who was essentially our first person that we fought against in post-game. And yeah, now that I've definitely gone a lot more, stronger ever since our first battle, ever since our last battle, meaning that, now this battle won't take so long to defeat. Now this battle won't take too much time this time around. But anyways, Heidi, yeah, you're done again. Okay, now let's make sure, considering that we're gonna be facing off against that fighter. Since we're gonna be fighting a battle girl here. Yeah, a place we can warm up. That's why I heard and why I came here. Let's turn heat on this thing. Well, let's just see if you can turn up any. Let's see if you can turn up any sort of heat. Janie? Oh, you also have it? Oh, you have a Hitmonchan. And yeah, this is probably going to be annoying because Hitmonchan's probably going to utilize Detect for the majority of the fight. Except when he goes for Focus Punch. Yeah, I definitely had some experience when it comes to this Hitmonchan throughout the few times that I play for this game, where this Hitmonchan just constantly kept on using goddamn Detect over and over and over. It was certainly a bitch. And hopefully I don't experience it too much if we just happen to find her again. But anyways, everyone. Anyway, everyone, as you just saw. Now, as for a Hitmonchan sprite, now it may look identical to its Diamond and Pearl sprite, except Hitmonchan sprite in Diamond and Pearl. Now one of its arms was essentially stretched out to make it look like the Hitmonchan was actually about to punch somebody. But as for Gen 5's, but as for its Gen 5 sprite, now Hitmonchan essentially almost sort of looks like it really wants to box. But it definitely makes a lot more sense than Gramble. Yeah, even though Gramble isn't really a boxer. Yeah, even though Gramble isn't really a boxer. Yeah, but Gramble really looks like it really wants to box somebody. But with Hitmonchan, who's clearly the boxer like Pokemon. Yeah, now we can definitely see from Hitmonchan's animations that it really wants to get into a boxing match. But anyways, now we're gonna be taking on the same person who had the Clefairy and the Clefable again. Okay, now I believe now I don't recall this. But I think from our last encounter with her, yeah, I think she gave us a rare candy before. So if we just not happen to get a rare candy from her this time, then I'm probably gonna spend some time just trying to figure out which one of my Pokemon I'm gonna be giving it to. Yep, I actually get it again. Wow. Okay. Now since okay, yeah, everyone's at level 64. But I'm definitely not going to give it to my Crocodile, considering that he is just about to get his next level up anyway. But anyways, now so I'm trying to figure out which one I'm going to give it to. Or it is probably most likely it's going to be my Zekrom. I guess I should go over some of the Pokemon that we just encountered in this video. Now, in terms of their appearances in the anime, now, Umbreon is still getting a lot of attention in the anime. Yeah, ever since the Alola anime, Umbreon has been getting a lot of treatment in the anime. Yeah, first it was Gladiion's Umbreon, and then we saw at least 2 or 3 Umbreons during Journeys. And now we have Spinel, so now we have Spinel's Umbreon in Horizons. So again, yeah, Umbreon's been definitely getting a lot of treatment in the anime, and I'm like, come on, guys. Yeah, I know the writers clearly want at least one evolution to be one of the more important factors, but or at least some form of Eevee in there somewhere. But why is it always either Eevee or friggin' Umbreon? Like, come on, why not the other evolutions? Well, maybe not Sylveon, considering that Sylveon definitely got plenty of treatment during the Kalos anime. Yeah, but I'm just saying. But anyways, everyone, as you can see, now we're finding Clamperl. Now, Clamperl, even though it may look very identical to its Gem 4 sprite, but I feel like it is definitely more updated than its Gem 4 sprite. Yeah, Clamperl may look essentially identical to its Gem 4 sprite, but it definitely looks more. But I feel like it is definitely more. But I feel like it is definitely more an updated version. Oh, you got Glameow now, huh? Alright, everyone, now Glameow. Now, while it is essentially looks like it's sprite from Diamond and Pearl, but instead, the sprite itself, yeah, not only looks like it's been flipped around, whereas in the, for its sprite in Diamond and Pearl, Glameow essentially had its whole body turned around from you, where, yeah, Glameow really did not want to give a shit at all. Whereas in its Gen 5 sprite, now it actually looks like it actually wants to actually look at you. Well, actually, it sort of is sort of similar, but actually, with his sprite now, Glameow really looks like he wants to care, but it is actually looking away from you this time. Yeah, so I guess that's something. Oh yeah, and also the colors for Glameow's fur, it has definitely been more updated too. Wait, I think it was also changed during when it got its platinum sprite. Where Glameow's fur in Diamond and Pearl was more so like blue gray more than just regular gray. Whereas in either Platinum or Generation 5 made it so that now Glameow's fur definitely looks like it's got a more grayish color to it. The same also goes for her ugly as well. Well, I feel like that was also got its fur changed also for Platinum. Honestly, I don't fully recall. But anyways, Veteran, let's see what you got. Oh, and speaking of evolutions, now we have Jolteon. As you can see, Jolteon here also has Jolteon here also has a brand new sprite for itself. Where, yeah, Umbreon is just essentially just Jolteon here is essentially looking like it's just Jolteon. God damn it, man! Why do I keep saying God damn it, man? My mind has just been on Umbreon, I guess, considering that I just talked about Umbreon. But as I was saying, Jolteon really looks like he's really happy to see you. But anyways, now for Sandslash here. Now, if we did not encounter one during the desert, during the Relic Castle, yeah, I mean, this would have been our first one. And he's also got a Tyranitar, eh? Interesting. Yeah, now we've seen all 3 stages of a Larvitar. Now, as you can see, Tyranitar here also gets a brand new sprite. Where, yeah, Tyranitar really looks like he really wants to stay tall. Whereas in the, yeah, actually Tyranitar definitely looks more taller than he did during not only during its Sinnoh, but also the Heart Gold and Soul Silver sprites. Yeah, Tyranitar's sprites during Gen 4 looks like he was more smaller. Whereas in for this generation, now it definitely looks like a Tyranitar definitely looks like he's at the actual proper size that he is actually supposed to be. Yeah, very tall and ferocious looking. But anyways, now we also have Skarmory here. Now, Skarmory here essentially has the same sprite from Skarmory here essentially has the same sprite from Heart Gold and Soul Silver. And as for its animation, I feel like nothing really gets changed rather than what you are currently seeing right now. Yeah, Skarmory is also one of those few Pokemon where we don't really see any major differences when it comes to its animations. Yeah, I feel like it never really is all that different when it comes to Skarmory's animations. But anyways, as for you, you're gonna give me a PP Max. I guess that can be useful for something. For something later, I suppose. But anyways, everyone, now this may be a short video, but I'm definitely gonna be doing some more. I'm gonna definitely do some more off-screen training. And so, until the next part, I'll see you guys next time.